Hello and welcome to the Alchemist Show. This is a student-produced radio show by the digital media class at the Perryville Area Career and Technology Center. On mic today is yours truly, Seth Martin, along with my friend Riley Bradley.
Hello.
And today we have for you a story about Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds will once again return to the big screen to play the merc with a mouth, Deadpool, in the sequel, Deadpool 2. This sequel is said to include new mutants such as Cable, who was teased in the end of the previous film, as well as the mutant mercenary Domino. We recently had a teaser where Deadpool is trying to save a guy, but he has to put on his costume in a phone booth. Superman made it look so easy. This teaser only hypes up the movie more than it already was, even featuring Stan Lee. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think it's a great way to promote the movie, even though it's still like a year away.
Yeah, I know. I went to go see Logan one day. I think the second day that it was out, and they showed the teaser right before the movie started, and unfortunately they cut out some of it, and I don't know why, but it was really funny.
Especially since it was Deadpool's an R-rated kind of character, and that Wolverine movie was rated R.
Well,
weird.
Oh, it's way beyond rated R. I mean, he breaks the fourth wall.
I don't know. Anyway, back to Deadpool 2.
I honestly can't wait until it comes out. I wonder if they'll ever do a crossover of Deadpool with the Wolverine. I mean, what do you think of that?
Not with Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Well, maybe not Hugh Jackman, but like another person. But he was good Wolverine.
Anyway.
What exactly do you expect out of Deadpool 2?
More jokes, and unlike the first film, I expect the voices in his head to appear. We've always seen in the comics.
I do agree with that. Maybe better graphics. Not going to say, but otherwise said so.
I have something to say. I want a similar intro to what we got in the first movie with that slow motion.
I do like that. If you read all the credits of it, it's really funny because just the words that it has. But I love how it kind of mixes in with his past into the present day that he's already in.
Yeah, of course you need
I like it.
You need an origin movie, of course you do. But
I will say that at the ending of that first movie, it was really, really good. I mean, just teasing and saying, "Oh, we don't have the budget nor money to, make another Deadpool movie." Nope. Obviously, they do.
I mean, they're making it right now. I mean, obviously.
Exactly. I mean, they just teased it.
We're getting like they teased too. We're getting Cable, Deadpool's supposed best friend besides Spider-Man.
Oh boy. If they ever put Spider-Man in a Deadpool movie, I am watching it right off the bat.
I don't know if they'll ever do that, considering now that Marvel's using the rights, or working with, I think, Sony to make Spider-Man movie, so...
Yeah.
And Fox is kind of having a competition with...
Is there anything else that you could possibly say about Deadpool 2?
I would like you said, more mutants. I wouldn't mind seeing Mr. Sinister appear in there as a villain. He was always a Deadpool...
Oh, kind of like in the game?
Yeah.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to see that.
Something I know is that this movie will be setting up the X-Force movie.
The X-Force movie?
Which I think, if it's true and keeps it word, we will get the new Wolverine in that.
I hope so. I mean, with watching Logan, I mean, I was kind of upset. I'm not going to have any spoilers, though, but I was really upset at the end.
We're all upset. I heard bad things. I heard great things about the ending. I didn't hear what it was, but I heard only good things.
Although I will say that this is probably one of the greatest movies ever made, is of Deadpool and Logan. Like,
Yes.
I will say I hope that it means that we get another like film of it. You know,
Yeah.
like a sequel to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's all we have for this topic today. The Alchemist Show will be right back after this important message.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hi, and welcome back. So, today we have yet another discussion, and this one is about Kepler-186 and its planet, Kepler-186f. I'm Lucas.
I'm Hannah.
And Nathan.
So, this planet was actually very interesting considering that it has been named Earth's cousin, and it's because it's very much the same size, and it's actually in that small region in a solar system called the Goldilocks section. And what a Goldilocks section is that it's the place where it's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's the perfect location that could sustain life.
It's just too cool.
Well, the issue is, though, because all we've seen is just what it looks like on a telescope, we don't know if it is viable for life. Though, because it's in the habitable zone, doesn't mean it's habitable.
But there could be aliens.
Well, for all we know, there could be no air. It could just be methane gas. It could be too cold. There could be no liquids on it. We don't truly know, but though we do know there is liquid water, could possibly exist though, because it is in that range. It currently has 4 other companion planets that circle around the sun, Kepler-186, that actually are very close to the planet and are nowhere even close to the Goldilocks section of the planet.
Because they're too hot.
Well, yeah. So, Hannah, what do you got to say about all this?
Well, I heard that it's called Earth's cousin because it has, it's almost the same size as Earth, but the star is different size than our star.
Therefore, it can't be an Earth's twin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we could be talking about intergalactic communications, though.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, it's located about 500 light years away from Earth, and as you calculated, it would take about
250,000 Earth years
just to get there. So I don't think it'd be really possible to get communication out there if there was life. We don't even know if it would be hostile or not. But however, the planet could be a place to thrive if we had better technology. Then we could definitely get there. But though the planet is Earth-sized, it might not be Earth-like, as I said earlier. So there are some interesting things about its star, Kepler-186, and that it's a main sequence dwarf star. So could possibly one of you try and explain that to them, maybe?
Dwarf star? What is...
Oh, a dwarf star is simply just a star that's smaller than what our star, or what the sun is. It's pretty much just a smaller version of it.
It's considered, Kepler 186 is considered a red dwarf, but it's bordering on being an orange dwarf.
Yeah, so it's very close to becoming what our sun would be.
Yeah, it's a little cooler than ours, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, plus it should be mentioned about that Goldilocks section about Kepler-186f is that it is on the very edge of the section. So it's pretty much, if people were to live there, it'd pretty much like living in the Arctic Circle up in Alaska.
But still livable.
Yeah, but still, it can get to below, I think below in the negative hundreds and everything.
How high could it get?
Well,
Do
that's...
we not know that yet?
Well, considering we don't exactly know how warm it would be there, because, as I said, all we've seen is pictures of it through a telescope. But so far, it would, like I said, it'd just be a very cold location.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually very interesting considering that one of the smaller planets circling the sun, Kepler-186b, is only 8% bigger than Earth, and it's the largest one of... Oh, and its largest is Kepler-186d, and it's 40% bigger than Earth. Though, of course, those are not in the Goldilocks section, seeing as how they are too close to the planet.
It's amazing how other galaxies and other solar systems are like so close to ours. Like they have planets that are close to the same size as ours and not completely different.
Yeah, considering that it has to be impossible that we are the only species out there in the entire universe, considering that there's so much to it. I mean, we're just basing off of what we have evolved with air and water. We don't know if other species don't need to have air or have certain different
temperatures.
Like water and...
Yeah, for all we know, there could be life on the other 4 planets in that system.
They just could be really, really used to the adapted atmosphere.
Exactly. So most likely, the people, they look at it as if, oh, what if there's life like ours, not if there's life in general. So, I think that might be all the time that we have to discuss about this. So, the Alchemist Show will be right back after these important messages.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. I'm Paul George. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke F-A-S-T. Fast. Life is why. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hi, the Alchemist Show is back with another discussion topic. This time it is on Friday the 13th of the game. A killer lurks in the shadows. He wields a machete and wears a hockey mask, and is about to come to PC, Xbox One, and PS4 soon. Friday the 13th, the game, is a third-person horror survival game where players either play Jason Voorhees, the most famous killer in horror, or one of the 7 unfortunate souls trapped with him. This game is actually the second Friday the 13th game ever made, and the only one that had let you play Jason Voorhees. Of course, there will be gore and brutal kills, both new and old, and even skins to change Jason's appearance. So, what's your opinion on this game so far, for what we've seen?
Well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to play it, and I don't know if anybody else has, but I've seen YouTubers play it, and it looks like a really fun game, and I would love to download and buy it. I would love to be Jason Voorhees for a day.
Who wouldn't? Can I get all my brutal rage out of me by slashing teenagers?
Well, I could tell you this. The only thing is one of his trademarks is not being able to talk.
Yes.
I mean, he just looks very intimidating, scary, and all he does is have his
weapon, any weapon.
Any weapon, even his hands, for crying out loud. I mean, he just dominates everything. Savage, man.
Yeah. Well, the game is sure to deliver on this powerhouse character, considering we have a variety of weapons from what we saw in, like, you said, YouTube videos of other YouTubers and what they show. And each one, a variety of kills, created by the guy who originally created all the original kills in all the movies. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry. I'm not a diehard Friday the 13th fan, but if you know who he is, you know who he is.
I will say that I definitely like, after he catches you, it shows a close-up of him, killing a person, I will say that I love the graphics. They're really good. What do you think about them?
I think they're terrifying. It's like always dark, and that just brings up the whole point. It's a survival horror game.
And that's exactly what I said. It's a good graphic game. I will say that, with it being so graphic and stuff, I mean,
compared to the movies, yeah. The movies were like old timey, they're like back in like the 80s or 90s.
I think so. I think it was the 80s actually.
The time, yeah, and they were filmed with some really old like techniques and all that. And nowadays with digital technology and all that,
I don't know. If anything, I would vote for Jason Voorhees over any.
Anyway.
I would vote him over Michael Myers. I would vote for him over
Leatherface, Freddy Krueger. He's
freaking Freddy Krueger.
And
he was born in the nightmare.
Before we run out of time here, and I want to discuss the skins, but first I want to say that a little some people don't know is that they had a little contest to say who would be the most, the king of the killers, pretty much, and Jason won compared to Godzilla. Godzilla was on the list, and he's killed billions of people. Yet Jason Voorhees won one against him. Anyway, one thing I love about this game is the fact that they also had cosmetics. You can change Jason's appearance to any movie you prefer. They have one.
Do you know the YouTuber Delirious?
YouTuber Delirious, yeah.
Yeah. I would love for them to put that, like, his clothes from, like, GTA 5 put that clothing on.
If you don't know what he looks like, you should go check out his channel, because if you look at it, his mascot face is just himself in general. Like, he's themed himself up with that GTA character. It's
really cool. Anyway.
Too bad the expensive to make.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for today's topic. The Alchemist Show will be back after this important message.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I feel like if I didn't have anyone to push me, I wouldn't even bother to do it. I got one milestone down the drain, and now I got to work on the next. I see the future is really bright for me. I feel like it doesn't matter the age, as long as you go back and get it done. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
No one gets a diploma alone. You have more support than you realize. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper cars, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hello, and welcome back to the Alchemist Show. We're here for another discussion, and this one is why you probably should or shouldn't buy a Amazon Echo. So again, it's me, Lucas.
And Hannah.
And Nathan.
So, a lot of people know the Echo and probably the Alexa, considering they're pretty much the same thing, just the Alexa is just a part of the Echo. And you've probably seen the commercials by now, and we've all seen it that, you can just, it's pretty much like Google. You can just yell at it and it'll tell you something.
Seemingly pretty cool.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they don't understand a few things about it. Like, for example, it actually records your conversations that you have throughout the entire house.
Creepy.
Yeah, and a while back, there was actually a court case, and they decided to actually use the Echo as evidence. So pretty much, it came to the conclusion that the government will trust a device more than your actual word. Of course, it is proof considering it's recording of what happened, but it's just a recording. You don't know what actually was happening there. But I mean, that's just one bad thing. I mean, Amazon said that that the reason why they're trying to put all Echoes in everyone's houses isn't so that the government can listen in on you. It's just they said that they promised that's not the reason why.
But if you look at the other things that it can do, you can tell it to turn on your lights and
other smart devices, and it can set alarms, answer various questions that you have, make to-do lists, shopping lists, and just like a whole bunch of neat stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the pros can outweigh the cons, of course. But, I mean, a lot of people, they have to determine, like, do they feel safe having every single one of their conversations recorded, of course. But, I mean, like I said, pros and cons, you gotta see if they matter more to you or not. I mean, it is nice being able to tell, the Echo to just turn on your lights, turn on devices for you so that play music, stop it, and everything else. It's just really handy, but...
So what would be better for you, privacy and convenience, or just using your finger to turn on the lights?
I would personally keep my privacy to myself because, I don't trust a lot of people these days. People could just simply use the information for a lot of things.
Same.
I think that the Echo could be quite useful if you use it the right way. I mean, it could protect you too because it can recognize when people walk in the door, so it might wake up and say hello, and then you hear it and you're like, oh, someone's in the house that shouldn't be. So it could, like, warn you if someone's in the house that shouldn't be.
Intruder.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, but it could also give away certain things, like if you're, like small things, such as like if you're wanting to surprise someone, like in a good way, like it could give you away completely. But I mean, there's also certain things like you said, like if it's used in a correct manner, like if it were used just for simple little things, not to, make it everything completely and utterly easier.
It's called Don't Commit Crime.
Check to see if they have an Echo before you commit the crime.
Yes.
Well, I'm just talking about in general, really. I mean, last week we discussed the standard American diet. So pretty much, since a portion of that is to get more active, if you can just tell a little cylinder what you want to have happen, instead of getting up and doing it yourself, it could actually work with that, actually.
Right. Stop being lazy. Just get up and do it. You don't need a little machine to do it for you.
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
There are a thing called pros and cons. But nonetheless, though, I'm not trying to deter you from getting an Echo. I'm just stating the simple facts of maybe you should be a bit careful and you should consider a lot of variables when you want to get an Echo.
Yeah, before you drop like $99 for it.
Yeah, because for all we know, you might not even be able to use it for all we know. We didn't look into the specifics of requirements for it. But there are certain things like as you said, like people can, that it can detect you when you walk into a house. There's some cool things like it can detect what your gender and age is just by distant voice patterns.
Yeah, would you want like the machine to know that? Would you want it recording your every voice, action, and...
It's assuming your gender.
Just based on distinct voice patterns, that's how it decides what our age and gender is.
I got a con. Like, I know a lot of people are pretty irresponsible, say things out of the, out of their butts or whatever, stuff that they don't mean, and then if somebody else were to look to see what you said, oh no, now I know your worst secret or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and this could be in correlation with like what I said with the trial stuff. Like, what if you just were venting and stuff like that, and you just wanted to, get your anger out? They could see that as actually being like a threat or an actual legitimate reason to have you arrested or something like that. And it's like I said, a lot of things with recordings are misinterpreted just by hearing something and not seeing the full thing. I mean, heck, and as I said, and as it records pretty much anything, just any sound could be misinterpreted just for about anything.
I think they did decide on the court case not to use it as hard, like, evidence towards that person, I believe. They decided that.
Well, still, in the end, they could probably use it over the years because technology is getting better, so they might just, make that into a loophole that it could be used.
Or if they install, like, a video camera in there.
Well, I think that might be all the time that we have for this one. So, the Alchemist Show will be right back after these short messages.
You know what really gets a party started? Indoor baseball. Yeah, just find a broom or a pool cue, and you can use, like, anything as a ball. Cans, bottles, shoes.
Hey, bro, toss me that avocado.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hello, this is Anissa Robinson.
And Anthony Kirby.
On the mic today. We're discussing about
Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F movie.
This movie came out in June of 2015.
The Dragon Ball movie came right after Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
This movie brought in a little, or almost $62 million in the U.S. Anything you want to put on it?
Well, I'll say the plot is that Goku and Vegeta must protect the Earth from their oldest enemy that's come back from the dead, Frieza and his army, and his brand new form, his golden form.
Huh, that's interesting.
And their feature song is Z no Chica was in there.
I think this movie would be on any like app or anything that shows movies, or I think you can buy it still buy it on DVD, right?
Yes.
I think you can probably buy it on like Amazon or something, or YouTube for like $3 or $4 or something like that.
Of course.
Anything you want to put on this?
The animation is pretty good from all the other movies I've seen.
How many movies have there been for Dragon Ball?
Oh, there was 14. This one makes number 15.
I think this movie got like about 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm not really sure if that's good or bad.
I would say it's bad.
Who really knows? This is like a fantasy science movie, if like for people who's into that and stuff.
Of course.
What kind of characters are in the movie?
There's two sayings on there, and there's one bad guy on there.
Who's the bad guys and who's the good guys on it?
And Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. And the Alchemist Show, we right back after the stripper.
Today we decided to walk to school. At the corner, we waited to cross the street. The stoplight counted down. 15, 14,
31? I mean, 13?
We took a left on Carroll Garden Street.
Garden Street?
Loud music was coming from a car. Danny's a smart kid, but he gets so distracted.
There were so many other sounds, I didn't know what to focus on.
Danny, Earth to Danny. Suddenly he realized he forgot his homework again.
I left my homework on the table.
At the school steps, we hugged goodbye. I really hope he doesn't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's always motivating me to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Keyboard Cat, YouTube star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Start yours today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hi, the Alchemist Show is back with another discussion topic. This time it's on dog versus cats. On the mic this time is Michaela,
Caitlin, Lily.
Okay, so we're gonna start with dogs. I personally think dogs are better, and there's like a lot of real legit reasons why they are better. First of all, researchers from American Heart Association has found that dogs can reduce the risk of you having like cardiovascular disease. So like when you cuddle with the dog, that helps your heart. And dogs keep you like more exercise because you have to always like let them walk and you have to take them out to the bathroom if they're not like an outside dog already. And they help you like they can help like ease your depression and anxiety, and they can like they can help you feel like less stressed. And also they can like sense when people are having like a health problem, like if you're having seizures or if you're gonna have like an allergic reaction, because they can sniff out like a certain peanut allergy and stuff. And they like help people with disabilities, like when you're blind and stuff. So what do you think?
I personally think cats are better. Cats can also run faster than the fastest human and can see well in the dark due to extra eye cells that allow them to see in mostly lightless places. Cats can help your health and even reduce your risk of stroke. They can sense when others need help too, just like dogs. And a couple things you probably didn't know about cats. The average cat spends roughly 2/3 of its life sleeping. Cats don't have collarbones, which allows them the flexibility to fit through openings. In North America, there are more cats than dogs. A group of cats is called a chowder. All kittens are born with blue eyes. Female cats tend to be right-handed, while male cats favor the left. In Egypt, smuggling a cat is punishable by death, and kittens lose their baby teeth at around 6 months old.
Okay, so you said that cats sleep around like 2/3 of their life. Well, that's useless because dogs can actually be doing something while a cat is sleeping. And if you think about it, dogs can sniff out like dead bodies and missing people, but while they're doing that, cats are sleeping.
But cats are also really good cuddlers. So
Right.
like,
I agree. And cats can do things to help people too. A few weeks ago, I did one of the radio show sessions I did was about a cat that saved a human's life because it could like hear a human crying when it was hanging by its arm. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, dogs can do that too. Today I was listening to the radio, and there was this little, like, this dog. His name is Peanut, and he was freaking out. Like, his owners were like, okay, he never acts like this, and so he was like at the door, like spinning around, scratching the door. They're like, he never ever acts like this, and the owners like let him outside, and like he darted into this field. And there was like this little girl, and she was like laying on the ground, and she was like naked, and like she was like really young, and like she was just like laying in the field, and it was whenever it was really cold outside, so she could have froze to death, and like she couldn't speak. There was like no, like the only word she could say was doggy, and I thought that was really cute. And they found like the girl's home, and they like found out that her like parents were like neglectful, and like their house was just trashed, and like it was like really bad. But yeah, like that little girl's life got saved by a dog.
Yeah, go dogs.
I mean, personally, I like both because I have like both of them. It's like, I mean, they both have equally like
benefits.
Yeah, they have both equally like benefits, and like they can like help you have a better life. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, cats don't really do anything, but I was at down in Cape at the wall, and like I was walking my dog, and there was this like couple, and they were walking their cat, and like watching it like jump on things and like on the bench, and like it was like going through a bunch of stuff, and like it was really cool. Like they were just like walking their cat. They're like, yeah, he does this all the time. He loves walking.
Cats are super smart too. A cat's brain is 90% structurally similar to a human brain.
I think dogs are pretty smart too, because like you can teach a dog to like sit and like play dead, and like that little cute thing where you go like bang bang and they like fall over, and yeah, like they do like a lot of tricks.
Yeah, and they like teach the workforce dogs, like when you like in the FBI, when you have a dog, and they teach them to, and they sniff out things. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're both equally good. Okay, that's all we have for today on this topic. The Alchemist Show will be right back after this important message.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse, because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hello, this is Holt. Alchemist Show is back with another discussion. This time on the mic is Anessa Robinson.
And Anthony Kirby.
Today we're going to be discussing a game. What's the game called?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
The game was released to the world back in late October 2016. What's the game about?
You basically make your own character, travel through histories, and are changed in there, so you have to keep it from being distorted by two people.
Who's the two people trying to destroy it?
The Wicked Scientist Toon and our Creation Mirror.
Are they like the bad people? Some of the bad people?
They're the main bad people in the game.
Who's the other bad person? Or is there multiple more?
There's a lot of them, but they're basically the main characters.
What gaming systems can this game play off of?
The game system this game can play on is PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Microsoft Windows.
So this game is like a fighting and role-playing video game, right?
You could say that. It was banned in the entertainment. They started adding DLC packs since November 20th, 2016, and more yet to come. I'll explain the latest one that's came out. This one is about an epic tournament in a different universe, between Universe 6 and 7.
What's the difference between the Universe 6 and 7?
In what I've heard so far, they think Universe 7 is the weakest. And
so the 6th one is more stronger?
Oh, I don't believe that. They haven't ever had a tournament, so this is to see if they are weak.
So the modes in this game, you can either play by yourself in single mode or multiplayer with your friends.
Yes, but the story mode, you play alone.
Why is that?
Because that's one part of the main game. When you want to play online, that's when you play with people.
So like the online story mode is basically the...
Oh no, it doesn't have a storyline. You play online like in tournaments, play a little quest, or just having fun with your friends.
So basically the online one is the multiplayer.
Yes.
Anything else you want to put on this?
There will be the next pack that'll be coming in very soon is one for a future Trunks one. And alright.
So
and I believe that's all the time we have. So
the Alchemist Show will be right back with another important message.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, I had one thing on my mind. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball every chance I could. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn the signs of a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. I'm Paul George. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke F-A-S-T. Fast. Life is why. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You know what really gets a party started? Indoor baseball. Yeah, just find a broom or a pool cue, and you can use like anything as a ball. Cans, bottles, shoes.
Hey bro, toss me that avocado.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, the Alchemist Show is back with another discussion topic. This time it's on what to not feed your pets. On the mic is Caitlin,
Michaela,
and Lily.
And today I'm going to talk about the meats and we're going to talk about the meats and the foods you shouldn't give your pets to drink or eat. The first one is alcohol, obviously, because alcohol is bad for literally anything on this earth. Except for, like, some of them are good for you, like if you drink like a small, like, bit. Coffee, because of the caffeine, and tea, obviously. Any other caffeinated drinks are like a no-go for your dogs. Fatty trimming bones, like the bones from like cows and pigs. Red meat in general, like beef and pork, and I think there's some other red meat. I'm not 100% sure. Those are just the two that I know. Raw meat, raw fish, raw eggs. You're actually not supposed to give your pet bacon. Yeah, that's like really random because like my boyfriend like feeds his dogs bacon all the time. I give my dog bacon.
I'm happy I know that now.
Yeah, you're not supposed to feed them bacon. Like the fat and the
it's really greasy. So
the grease can make your dog's stomach upset. Yeah. Fatty meat in general is just really, really bad for your dogs. And old, moldy, or spoiled food, which is kind of surprising me, but not really, because like I used to my dad would give like our dog like the old food from like table scraps and stuff, but you're not supposed to give your dog that. And liver, which is random. They just had like a long list, and like at the end it said liver, and I was like, what? Yeah, but I mean like in the wild you'd think like dogs would be able to like eat all of this, but they can't, and it's really surprising. Like you can cook it, but like in the wild, what are they supposed to do if they're like they get lost in the wild? They're not supposed to eat any of this. Like anything raw, that's kind of not really. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they have a big variety of like fruits they can eat and vegetables. Like they can eat apples, apricots, bananas, blueberries, cantaloupe, mango, orange, pears, pineapples, raspberries, strawberries, watermelon. But they should stay away from like citrus fruits like grapes and raisins and lemons and limes. Like do not feed your animals that. It's a bad idea. And they can also like give vegetables too, like broccoli, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, cucumber. Like those are really healthy, and those will not upset your animal's stomach. And those are really good
if they eat it. Like a lot of
but
YouTubers.
Be careful with like with watermelon and stuff. Make sure the seeds are out because they can like choke because they can't like pull it out their throat themselves. They can choke on that and other seeds and other things.
A few more things that I have are chocolate, which this is because there's a chemical in chocolate that's related to caffeine, which is also found in tea and chocolate, and it's poisonous to many types of animals, including dogs and cats. Sweets and chewing gum, which has a sweetener called xylitol, used in some kinds of candies. Coffee, which Caitlin also touched on. Grapes and raisins, which grapes are poisonous to dogs, and we don't know exactly what the toxin is, so it's best just to keep them away altogether. And macadamia nuts. Dogs are the only known animal for which macadamia nuts are poisonous, and it isn't known what makes the nuts dangerous.
A lot of these are kind of like duh, because they can choke on them like grapes. Dogs can choke. My sister, definitely. Oh my god, my sister.
I've choked on grapes before.
Okay, so I came home yesterday. I was laying on the couch and my dog was like acting weird. I was like, "What did you do to my dog?" And she goes, "I fed it popcorn." I go, "Why did you feed my dog popcorn? Popcorn you're not supposed to feed your dog either. Like the buttery. I don't know if like actual like popcorn, like buttered and salted popcorn. I'm pretty sure you can't do it anyways, but like I was like, no, don't feed dog popcorn.
Popcorn
and my sister's
is a really
like,
big choking
it's just
hazard.
food. But like a lot of them are just like like grapes, raisins. Those are small things that they could choke on. And I was reading, whenever I was researching all of this, they said if you do give your like dog food, you're supposed to like chop it up into like bite-sized pieces and like just
because my cat is always stealing food off the table, and he's always trying to eat things that are bigger than himself that aren't cut up. We don't really feed them things off the table. They just jump up and get it. And it's like, it's really unhealthy, but like they just get it so fast, and then they're like chewing it down, and it's so big, and I'm like, that's not healthy at all. So we try, if they do steal it, we try to rip it away from them, and we're like, no, bad for you, that could hurt you. I don't know. animals just love food that humans are eating when they should not be eating that, but okay. Whatever makes them happy.
My favorite thing is, like, on YouTube, whenever they try to, like, feed their animals, like, other foods, like, they're like, do you want to eat this? And, like, give them, like, different things, and a lot of them are, like, don't eat certain kinds of foods anyways.
Yeah,
so
they're just
they usually, like, eat, like, meat and stuff is, like, what they tend to eat.
Yeah.
And go towards. Lily, got any comments?
Like you guys just said, like, they always want to eat what humans are eating, but it's best just to, like, stick to safe foods. And if you do want to share some of your dinner, share, like, the healthier parts, like rice and cooked meats, and even things like honey glazed carrots are all fine. Or better yet, give him a yummy dog snack such as a bacon treat or a canine cookie. Keep them healthy and keep them safe.
Oh, and another thing is don't give them milk products. I'm sorry, I had to bring this up. Don't give them anything with milk in it, because whenever they're puppies, they, like, drink their mom's milk, but as they grow older and you wean them off, they become lactose intolerant. Like, I didn't know this until, like, a couple days ago. Yeah. Just don't feed your dog, like, ice cream or, like, milk or cheese. Just, like, don't give them any dairy products, because surprisingly, animals do become lactose intolerant, which is why they don't go back to, like, milk whenever they get older. Like, cats do, but you're not supposed to give your cats milk. You're supposed to give them, like, water, and, like, they do tend to like milk, but it's not good for them because it may end up having diarrhea and stuff.
Yeah. My cats were never, like, into, like, the whole milk thing from their mom, so when I tried to give them milk one time, it was really bad. Do not do that. If they are never used to it, do not put them back on milk.
All right, I think that's all we have for today, today's topics, and that's all for today's show. Join us next time on The Alchemist Show. Thanks for listening.
The Alchemist Show.